Hello and welcome to NIAGA Spotlight with me, Tamina Kausji. NIAGA Spotlight goes through the week in business and future affairs, market watch, industries, analysis and insights. We've got you covered right here on NIAGA Spotlight. Well, today on Future Affairs, we're looking at an extremely timely topic, and in a NIAGA Spotlight exclusive, we are focusing on TM becoming a digital powerhouse by 2030. Right. So a couple of quick factoids before we get started. So looking at Malaysia's digital investments, they actually soared to 66.22 billion ringgit in the first half of 2024. And this indicates really robust growth as well as resilience of the digital economy despite rising geopolitical tensions. Now, TM is a key part of this sector as Malaysia's national connectivity and digital infrastructure provider, as well as leading integrated telco, with, of course, an employment level of at least about 18,000 as of press time. Now, TM's evolution from a telco to a TechCo is currently being held by Managing Director and Group CEO Amar Huzaimi Md Deris. He joins NIAGA Spotlight now live to discuss TM's journey towards becoming a digital powerhouse by 2030. Amar, thank you so much for making time. How are you this morning?
Good. Thank you very much, Tamina.
Fantastic. So Amar, to get the conversation started, firstly, I think congratulations are in order on the recent news that long-term Telekom Malaysia Berhad KLSE TM shareholders have enjoyed a 61% share price rise over the last 5 years. So this is well in excess of market returns. Can we begin with TM's thoughts on all these highlights around digital investments in Malaysia and how you view the current ecosystem?
Okay. First of all, thank you again, Tamina, and also AWANI for having me here. And Alhamdulillah, the share price is a testament of our strong fundamental and akin to the role that we played becoming the key infrastructure provider, especially telecommunication and digital for the Malaysian economy. Yeah. And as you know, Malaysia is a very vibrant economy, and digitalization will continue to infuse its vibrancy. And the role that we see here for Telekom Malaysia is to ensure that we not only leverage our digital core infrastructure in terms of empowering more Malaysians to adopt and embrace digitalization, but to also ensure that we were able to attract operators or providers or hyperscalers around the world to come into Malaysia and provide the service and solutions here. So as you know, this has also encouraged us more promising and partnership opportunities for us to look and explore. One example is the one that we have ventured together with NextGen, a subsidiary of Singtel, to build a new hyper-connected data centers, a mega data centers in Johor. So this not only complement our existing 2 big data centers in Malaysia, which currently we are now upgrading, but also will opens up opportunities for us to bring in new talent, new ecosystem by leveraging on this strategic partnership.
Exactly. And I would also love to highlight the fact that TM could also possibly be a key beneficiary of Microsoft's 2.2 billion ringgit investment in Malaysia. We also look forward to hearing more developments on that as and when TM is able to share, indeed.
Yes, certainly. As I said, as we encourage more investors, FDIs into Malaysia, enabling the core infrastructure will be key move to attract, to encourage these entities to come into Malaysia. And one of it to make sure that infrastructure, or what I say, a digital core infrastructure is being made available to these entities. For example, to your point, Microsoft, we work very closely, not only with Microsoft, but many other hyperscalers from the eastern side of the world, from the western side of the world, to ensure that they are able to come in, experience a more conducive infrastructure of digital, especially on connectivities.
Exactly.
So along the way, we build up another layers of services together with these partners.
Absolutely. And Amar, for now, I think I would like to move into asking you about TM's current transformation path from a telco to a TechCo. So this is a very timely and at the same time also a massive transformation. Tell us a little more about how it's looking like on the ground, at the grassroots for everyone at TM.
Well, transformation from a telco to a TechCo is a very huge buzzword in these telco industries. But for us, we have set our path to become a digital powerhouse by 2030, and that underpins or underscores our commitment to empower Malaysian, whether it's society, whether it's industry, leveraging on our digital infrastructure to create more opportunities and opens up new possibilities. This is very true to our tagline of "Your next is now." So by doing so, we expect that our own domestic digital ecosystem will grow and be more vibrant. And at the same time, this will create opportunities for us to position Malaysia as a digital hub for the region. And we don't just plan for this, it's already underway and we are already doing it. If you reckon, most of our content previously have to be streamed from abroad, not
That's
from Malaysia. But today, I can say that almost all of the content is being streamed in Malaysia. So we have successfully co-localized or localized most of the content into this country. And this is a testament to our capability of positioning Malaysia strategically as a digital hub, where it will become the hub for all digital content for the region. And us, for Telekom Malaysia, the pathway toward this will be anchored on three main pillars. One is to pioneer. We wanted to lead digitalization for the industry, and at the same time embracing sustainability. And number two, the anchor pillar will be winning. So we wanted to excel in critical segments, for example, the carbon segments, key industries, and at the same time, of course, winning the heart of all our customers, which is going to be very, very important. As you know, Telekom Malaysia touches almost all of Malaysian with many needs and many expectations, and we know there are areas that we need to improve ourselves further, but rest assured, winning the hearts of our customers and giving the superior services is at the core of our value as well. And last but not least, we need to continue to revitalizing our talent, revitalizing our innovation ecosystem. And if all of this is being aligned well, we should be able to achieve the aspiration that we wanted to, making our domestic digital ecosystem more vibrant, and at the same time position Malaysia strategically for digital for the region.
Absolutely. And I love that you pointed out how TM aims to continue staying relevant for every Malaysian who is not just a consumer but a customer as well. But at the same time, there's plenty going on behind the scenes. TM runs our innovation lab, the enterprise 5G lab, much to discuss. But let's move along, Amar, to any perspectives that TM has as the leading authority per se in Malaysia about digital resilience when we are also depending so very heavily on digital infrastructure. The recent CrowdStrike outage, which affected almost every corner of the globe, is a great example. As a technologist, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, certainly, as we embark into our journey towards digitalization, being resilient is core. So, for Telekom Malaysia, well, not only in the like of CrowdStrike, but for us, we continuously equip ourselves to become resilient in terms of, number one, to ensure whatever that we embark or onboarded into our ecosystem is being well tested, to ensure that there's nothing that can affect our ecosystem negatively. Secondly, we have to ensure that we have proper staging for all the softwares, for all the digital solutions that we wanted to also onboard into our ecosystem.
So is there perhaps some chaos engineering also behind the scenes that we as consumers may not be too aware of, but TM is also ensuring is happening?
We have a specialized team that does that.
Fantastic.
So as you know, in the recent event, I don't have to mention which event, it doesn't affect us that much. Because
yes, that was well noted actually.
Yeah, so we made a public disclosure that we are quite well protected in that sense, because thanks to the team that you mentioned earlier, we have a team dedicated that look into this. And as I said, apart from the two elements that I mentioned earlier, the ability to isolate an issues quick is also very important. And last but not least, for us to continuously educate, to continuously invest on our talent, because the ability to be resilient depends on how fast you can accommodate and adapt to whatever change in your environment. And you know, in Telekom Malaysia, we always believe being resilient is just not a one-stop center. It has always been a journey. And Hence, we are investing heavily on cybersecurity too. In fact, we see cybersecurity is going to be one of the key pillars for us to move forward as we bring Malaysia towards digitalization. We have to ensure that resilience becomes something very important, and so is cybersecurity as well.
Certainly, and 2030 being only 6, let's say even 5 short years ahead, that is of growing critical importance. Now, Amar, TM being an important enabler of digital Malaysia via connectivity and economic growth, so it also plays a really key role when it comes to actively engaging both government agencies and key industries. You've got your manufacturing, banking, etc. Could you tell us a little bit more about the managed solutions and cloud offerings which enterprise clients are already seeing and making availing of, but at the same time, some, if you're able to share, areas for expansion that TM has already identified?
Well, as you know, for Telekom Malaysia, TM1 plays a leading role in terms of addressing the needs for the segment that you mentioned earlier. So we do have a lot of portfolios of managed solution, especially on the connectivity offering, to address all the needs of these industries, whether it's banking, whether it's agriculture, whether it's manufacturing, right? At the same time, we do have cloud computing services too that we made available as well, and this is being complemented by our 5G solutions and also some of the analytics and AI. As you know, this is also being supported by our digital subsidiary that we have launched, Credence.
That's
right. Yeah, it does offer many of these offerings as well. For example, our cloud, we have a private cloud, we have a public cloud that we've been made available, and also have assisted many industries, especially on the government sectors, because it is sovereign. And the other bit would be software as a service. So we are looking into the opportunities of running software as a service or offering software as a service for key verticals, for example, human resource solutions, and we do at the same time offer outsourcing of strategic assets, for example, IT outsourcing. So these are being done in collaboration between TM1 and also Credence. And Alhamdulillah, I think the uptake is good. As I said, cloud services is growing, and so is managed services. But we do keep abreast with the evolution of technology. So we have also embarked into offering more of SD-WAN to assist on this managed solution ecosystem for all the industries.
Fantastic. It's great to hear that there's quite a lot of development in this arena. Amar, thank you for the conversation so far. We take a quick break though. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right here on NIAGA Spotlight in just a minute.
Thank you.
Welcome back to NIAGA Spotlight, still with me, Tamina Kauji. Now, of course, today we are focusing on TM becoming a digital powerhouse by 2030 with Group Managing Director and CEO, Amar. Amar, so moving on into, of course, one of the hottest topics of the day. Now, TM also being the nation's largest 5G backhaul network infrastructure provider, the progress which TM is making is also going to be how Malaysia is headed into not just the 5G atmosphere, but also 6G and beyond. So any latest developments that you would be interested in sharing with us, especially moving forward from what have been the most recent developments, which is also that TM was also unable to meet the deadline to finalize the agreement. However, things are progressing as we are already in September.
Thank you, Tamina. As rightly pointed out, yeah, we have made a disclosure to the public that we are not part of this share subscription agreement. Yeah? But nevertheless, we're still committed to develop, or rather encourage the development of 5G ecosystem for Malaysia. As you know, we are pretty much, I would say, passionate in terms of developing this ecosystem as on the retail side. So we have launched many packages to ensure that Malaysians are able to adopt or feel the evolution of 5G in terms of our retail packaging as well. As you know, Unify Mobile, our retail arm that sells our mobile, has launched a couple of packages, postpaid packages, a very attractive postpaid packages, focusing on value. So now you can have 39 ringgit of postpaid packages. With this plus another ringgit, you can have a huge bandwidth available made to you, on a monthly basis. And at the same time, we also do come up with the encouraging prepaid packages in a form of unified WOW package. So we hope this will encourage more adoption of 5G for all Malaysians to feel. Yeah? And on the enterprise side, we remain committed to deploy 5G. As you know, we have made an announcement working with the largest petroleum provider in Malaysia to do private 5G, and it has been successful. And we will continue to replicate that success to other verticals, be it manufacturing, automotive, and all. So certainly, for Telekom Malaysia, having the vast fiber infrastructure, we do see a very big role for us to play in terms of ensuring the 5G ecosystem in Malaysia remains vibrant.
Absolutely. And it's also very interesting, Amar, to note that TM has recently selected Nokia to construct a special international optical DWDM network. So these are clearly big moves being made on more of a regional as well as a global arena. Any thoughts on that?
Well, certainly, as I said, we wanting to encourage the adoption of connectivity or huge explosion of connectivity coming into Malaysia. So for us, it is a very strategic move to ensure that our border-to-border connectivity, whether the northern side and the southern side with Singapore, are well equipped to carry multi-terabits of capacity. And certainly, Nokia is one of the partners that we have selected to enable that. So it will complement our existing infrastructure, at the same time build another highway to facilitate a border-to-border connectivity that connects Malaysia to the northern part of the world with Singapore. So we, as I said, are in a very strategic position to position ourselves as the hub for digital, as we control the bridge from the north and to the south of the border as well.
Exactly. So overall connectivity, definitely focusing on more neglected regions. From TM serving as the connectivity backbone, Amar, I want to move into something which is perhaps even more crucial, which is another exciting development, TM's 1.25 billion ringgit agreement with the Malaysian government to develop and operate a new AI-powered NextGen 999 emergency response system to replace the existing one. What has been the progress that you can share with us on this? Because this is going to be critical, looking of course at the way in which climate-related inflections, natural disasters are only set to increase.
Well, as you know, when we venture into these 999 services, it is a good partnership, or rather a testament that we are able to work together with our government to ensure livelihood of fellow Malaysians. And NG999 is the next evolution where we further enhance the facilities or the capabilities of what our existing emergency response system can do. So the new version we expect to be installed, or rather currently being deployed, and to be fully available, inshallah, by next year, will carry a much more capabilities for the people, for the rakyat, and also will become a platform for us to connect and leverage all the central authorities that are involved in terms of providing these response services. For example, the PDRM, the world, our Kementerian Kesihatan, right, Jabatan Bomba. So it will become a more advanced platform for all of these agencies to collaborate. And with this new platform, we will enable new abilities that leverage on analytics and AI. Just imagine, we will now have a web-based mapping, right, geolocation as well, right, among others. And this will help our authorities in terms of improve their planning to serve all these emergency needs. And overall, this in the long run will help to benefit both not only TM but the government in terms of minimizing the cost of operating the overall facility if you can plan well with this analytics and artificial intelligence tool that will be available as well.
Exactly, and also ensuring that the coverage is very much streamlined. I'm also sure that we are all looking forward to the new NG99 mobile app which will be launched. Can you give us any sort of a timeline, if you're able to share, when TM is hoping to see this come into being?
Well, mobile app is part of the additional features of this new NG999. As I said, it is under development, and we will make an announcement when it's made available. So it is the best interest for both us and also the government of Malaysia to make sure that this application is made available to the public as soon as possible.
Absolutely. And hopefully this is also the current system will, all the issues which have been observed with this, such as operational weaknesses, etc., will be addressed by the updated system. Thank you, Amar. Moving even deeper into the community presence and aspect of TM's good work, Amar, I'd like to talk a little bit about the fact that TM1 has been collaborating with the government's Plan Malaysia to help local city councils accelerate their smart city initiatives. Any key areas that you're keen to share with us?
One of the new areas that we are looking at in terms of deploying, or rather part of our PWR 2030, Power 2030, will be to also encourage the development of more smart services or smart cities. Yeah, to your point, we work very closely with the government of Malaysia. Plan Malaysia is one of the initiatives. And from my perspective, smart solution or smart services or smart cities, there's a huge demand for it, but it remains fragmented. So that hence being the challenge. So for us, in terms of creating a unique ecosystem that can stitch all of these fragments will be very key. And for that, we have started with a lot of smaller initiatives, be it with the housing developers, be it with the local councils, to deploy this smart solution or smart ecosystem or smart cities. That is what you mentioned. Yeah. Case in point would be in Ipoh, in Perak.
Yes, one of 6 cities.
One of the 6 cities that we're in. We have deployed a smart traffic light. That has proven to show that we are able to cut down the travel time.
Oh, fantastic. That's what every Malaysian driving wants to hear about. Yeah.
And the other one in Sarawak as well. We're working with the Darul Hana on the smart street lighting. That has successfully reduced the consumption of electricity as well. So we see a lot of benefit. We are able to work collaboratively with all this ecosystem to deploy smart solution, especially on the city level.
Especially on a city level, and we hope that soon every city, not just smart cities, will inherently have TM technology. One final area of discussion, Amar, to close out a very rich conversation. With AI dominating all technology narratives this year, can you share any thoughts on related to how we can help close gaps in accessibility around Malaysia by deploying AI, big data analytics in a much more cohesive manner?
Well, for AI, I'd just like to at least backtrack a bit. For Telekom Malaysia, we are deep into this AI thingy, right? Or rather AI concept. For example, we have started with machine learning, deep learning, and embedded it into our own operation that has really resulted in a spectacular outcome in terms of cutting down fault time, in terms of speeding up troubleshooting of any network failure.
That's right.
And now we are embarking into generative AI to further enhance our own internal operations. Yeah. But taking to your point, whether it can bridge or rather provide more inclusive if AI is being deployed for for Malaysia, yes, certainly. For example, AI with the generative ability is able to provide more or rather compelling outcome for the education sector. Just imagine we are able to have content being disseminated to all the students using this AI platform. And the other sector that I think AI will be able to contribute vastly would be on healthcare. But talking about AI, one of the crucial aspects would be the digital infrastructure that is needed to enable this AI. For example, in order for us to bridge the gap on education, we need to ensure that all the schools are well connected with digital infrastructure first. Then the AI will certainly provide huge impact to the education ecosystem. Similarly with healthcare as well. So we are instrumental or rather passionate in terms of enabling this digital infrastructure to ensure that AI providers or any content provider that leverage on AI technologies are able to provide these services to all our students in Malaysia, and hence close all this digital divide that we are now facing today.
Exactly. And we wish you all the very best in TM's great undertaking for moving towards a digital powerhouse by 2030. Thank you so much, Amar, for joining us.
Thank you, Tamina.
Fantastic. Well, that is all we have time for today on NIAGA Spotlight with me, Tamina Kausri, and of course featuring Amar Huzaimi Md Deris, who is our Group CEO and Managing Director with TM. Before we leave, though, we will actually be closing today's segment by featuring TM's Hari Merdeka video. Let's watch that and we'll see you next week. And here's to a productive rest of the week ahead.
Bila bertalu berentak di kalbu, asai gelur ngalir yang kai geril serum.
鼓动的欢呼
Suara terhujan
Sumikitkalan sana bisa ugonotku Gemuruh jiwa Semangat membara Hisuanya dengyuan Trong tu tingkan
Để chấm mắt đẹp tari Cả ba banyak kê Rơ de trao ye Chuang zao chu ufa
Pelansang tu Kai samina mempit
Segalanya pasti kita bukti nanti
Ulang daring game Namikai timutan Dari atas puncak napi angkasa Belantaikan